Testing this prototype. I'm really excited about this ski. Homemade job. Homemade being all created in Oregon. Not too far from where I live. Excited about the work they're doing. This is the Quiver Ski Company ski. Mainly out of Baker City, not far from here. And I'm excited to see what I can do. I just messed around with some air pressure. The snow did freeze overnight, so it got crusty on top, which is perfect. That's what I want to test out. So I just let a little pressure out because I've felt a little stiff coming through the woods there to get up to this. Tracks really well. Like that Yeti ski I had on here, just always felt like it was kind of working against the track. That turn wasn't as sharp. Hey, there's a missing sled emerging. Let me go back and check that out again. See if it's broken or not. That was a mistake. Went to catch it and grab the throttle. Wow, this is perfectly good sled. Huh. Might have to take that one home. Trying to get it so it doesn't blow away. Okay, I was coming across some crusty stuff back there. It tracked really well across the slope. Hey, I could do some water skipping. The old Blue Lagoon. Yeah, and this kind of stuff, when I had the Yeti ski out, man, it was just hooking like crazy. Almost out of control. This ski feels so much smoother. Starting to lose some snow around here. So anyway, I mean, this is good. It's perfect. This is what I want to test it on. It's kind of dimply, crusty stuff. And it holds the line really well. Just kind of leaning it over on the side. Testing out these downhill turns. There's also some adjustments I can do front and back. Actually, with this spindle, mostly just front. But I think that will make it more aggressive, which actually I might like, because that turn back there, I was kind of wanting it to initiate a little better on this crusty stuff. Yeah, I brought the wrench out with me. I might be doing some adjustments. But it's doing really good going. Cutting across the slope. Get over here to this side hill again. And it's doing really well to track straight too when I'm just on the flat stuff. Alright, let's try cutting across this slope without hitting any rocks. Yeah, it's staying true to where I'm aiming it. Yeah, this is like riding on top of a golf ball. The snow is dimply and tough. And it's holding the line nicely. I can't even hardly see the track. Look at this track I made across here. That is nothing for contact area on the snow. It's amazing. It's like I was on an ice skate. Try that again. Trying not to go too fast. I don't want to have something unexpected. Yeah, that feels good. I think I am going to try one notch back though, because turning the ski, it's not quite turning as sharp as I want it to. So we'll see how this does. This is the first time I guess this ski has been on a Yeti spindle. Alright, here goes. I'm like Chuck Yeager, experimental pilot. Problem with those guys is so many people died. Oh, I can feel the difference already. Turns much better. So let's see if it tracks as well as before. Just testing a turn here. Some of it might be just figuring out how to ride it too. Maybe I need to do less with turning and more with leaning, but sometimes it's, some of the other skis I've had, it's nice to be able to flick it, but these are challenging conditions. Still feels like a golf ball down there. I'm putting my foot down right now. There's also, I can mess with some air adjustments too, pressure adjustments on the ski. Alright, let's go across this slope that you can just, you can't even, I've been across it like twice, or can't even tell I want to cross it. I would have thought it would have been better in the original position, but hey, that's why we test it out. sure the geometries are different on the different bikes, different forks. I'm digging it so far though. I mean, it's rideable, unlike the Yeti ski on junk snow. Yeah, it's holding the line nicely. Alright, I'm having a good testing session here. I've been messing around with the air pressure. See what kind of impact that has. The air pressure in the forks. And I've got kind of a little test turn I'm doing up here. The snow is softening by the minute, but it's still, I got my foot down on it, it's definitely still that golf ball consistency. Now it's starting to soften up a little. Spun out track on that one. Ski does really well to just take a straight line where you point it. So what I'm trying to work on now is getting the feel of how to turn it and what setup is best. Definitely improved it when I moved the ski back, or spindle forward. Yeah, ski back, spindle forward. Yeah, maybe I just, instead of turning it so much, take advantage of that good knifing that it's getting on the edge and let the power of the machine do its thing. Yeah, because that's what's turning me uphill better. I'm liking it though. I think that's one of the major problems with the snow bike right now. The track kits are pretty good across the board, but the skis are still all over the place. Like none of them do everything well. So you feel like you need a whole setup of skis. You know, hence the quiver. Is this the quiver killer? With this prototype, they've made a lot of improvements over the last year, because I was riding one without the handle last year and was impressed with it. But they've done a lot of other changes, added the handle, and more of a finished look to it. And I am really happy to be on it. So far, I think of all the skis, of course I haven't ridden the Arrow, but the Traverse, but I hear that's junk. It's a bit too wide on this kind of stuff especially. But I do need to try that one out. But of all the manufactured skis, I think the Camzo kind of was the best across the board. I liked how with that one I could kind of just tackle any conditions, and I couldn't be really aggressive on the side hills and the deep stuff. couldn't get the bike turned uphill very well, which there were several times I really wanted that ability. But a lot of the time you're just kind of going on a junk trail. And so the cams will kind of handle all that great. So next I'm going to go practice on a junk trail with this. See how it does. I think that extra pressure I put in isn't helping anything here. So I think I'm going to take some out. Now once you get it turned and pointed, the ski just takes you right where you want to go, and that's what that Camzo did not. You definitely had to kind of work the bike, the track. Sometimes that's good, sometimes not, but when you're in a scary situation on a side hill, you need to hold the line. This ski is shining so far with that on this junky snow. Just amazed at how little of a footprint I was climbing uphill. I mean, just razor sharp tracks. Went down and take a picture of them. One other thing I've changed is I added this vent kit thanks to Neil Smart on Facebook. These little vent covers should come in really handy. Excited to try those in the powder. Keep my fingers crossed. Should have another powder day. Alright, let's see how we go here on the crusty snowmobile trail. Try out this way first. Yeah, it's handling these ruts much better. I mean, it's never going to be fun in a rutted situation, just like, you know, riding anything skinny like a motorbike, mountain bike. When there's ruts, they want to take you off your balance. But this is doing great. We're going to try the worst of all types of trails, whooped out, wheeler affected. Tried this a week ago, the Yeti ski, and ended up being so bad I just turned around and went home because it was so frightening. The darting. Yeah, I'm not tense and frightened right now. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's handling this junk. A little climb here up the beaver slide. Suspension doing work. I think it's helpful too, I have less pressure in the fork. Oh, what do we have here? An obstacle on the beaver slide. No problem with the snow bike and the tiny footprint. Yeah, that was pretty impressive there. Pretty impressive. I wouldn't call it fun riding, but get you where you need to go. Get out on a place like this. Also, I'm less worried about snapping off forks with these. Those keels on the other two big manufacturer skis, Yeti, Timber Sled. These things are massive. It's like taking a yacht through the snow. Big huge keel ready to grab onto some immovable object, and the first thing to go is your forks, your spleen, and who knows what else. Also does really well at speed too. Straight line speed on a golf ball surface. Alright, these trees down here are pretty good for safe riding, although I don't know if any of the creeks have opened up. It's kind of a marshy area down there. A lot of shrapnel in here. Trees down. Yeah, I'd say right now that what I'm struggling with a little bit is the turnability, but I think some of that is just due to how crusty spring snow with an overnight freeze, and just due to those conditions it's difficult getting a tight turn safely, just because of how grippy and firm the snow is. Kind of lost my edge right there. I had to put a foot down. Not sure what happened there. Another thing too is it holds the line so good. I mean, you can really lay it over. So maybe some of the steering is best done as that, like a counter steer. Kind of lay it over, just because you can. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a really steep hill in some powder, seeing how well it does to turn uphill, track straight across the slope. Anyway, I ran into some wheeler tracks over here. Such a perfect day. I'm surprised there's not more wheelers out. Snow firmed up. Looks like they spun around that tree and took off. They look fairly fresh. Okay, this top layer got about a couple inches of saturation now. So this is good. This is what I want. Testing on some softer snow. It's doing great. I also got a new battery. After that old one died after a year of use. This new battery is much more already you can tell it's a good deal. I was kind of terrified of that other battery. It's giving me so many problems. So I didn't even stick with the Yamaha batteries. I'm going with the new aftermarket battery, anti-gravity battery. I figured since the anti-gravity micro start saved me so many times, I might as well try their battery. Yeah, snow is already feeling much better. I think what I'm complimenting it on, the ability to hold the line so well, is also what I've been trying to figure out in the trees, where It's almost holding the line too well. And I'm having a problem getting it offline. But the control there is just great. I can see how when you're in a tough situation, really needing to hit some gap, you point it right, it is going where you want to go. You definitely have to have some precision when you're going across going between trees and trying to hit some really narrow ridges above the tree well gaps. So that's why I'm in here practicing. It's a grouse. He's friendly, be careful. He'll peck your helmet. Where you guys been?
We just came up from Morning Creek, kind of alongside.
Oh yeah? Yeah, when I was cruising around here, I was waiting for that bird to come out.
He likes the old goat better than bikes.
He likes both. But he's got his eye on you guys.
What kind of kid is that?
This is a Yeti.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just up here trying out. I just got this new ski yesterday, so I'm trying it out. It's a prototype that guy in Baker did. So I want to get out on some crusty stuff, and now it's starting to soften, so I'm checking it out.
Yeah, a little bit. So I was just telling him now's the time when you wait till about 1 to come up here.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think it would have got below freezing last night, but it definitely did. It was crusty. But that's what I came up for. I wanted to try it out in the crusty stuff.
I like it. It looks good.
Hey, birdie. Come on over. Apparently it's been run over by a snowmobile. It's limping. He's always right in this area. No, I don't want you pecking me. Hey, no. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's problem is. A few days ago I came cruising through here and he almost got me. He was dive bombing from the side. Aggressive bird. Someone must have fed it at some point. Wants to fight you.
Shoot. Dude, I'm over you. Stop it, let's go.
So you guys gonna head out that way?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go down and around to across the road by Woodland and back across that way.
Okay.
food. Don't like him. You got food. Woo! Mating call.
That's right. Oh, he's on your back. He'll peck your helmet. Keep him away from your eyes, though. Last time I was up here, he got someone's eyebrow. He pecked their eyebrow. You're fine. He doesn't care. Gotta evade the bird. Getting ready to fly. Coming after him. Oh no! We're all scared of the bird. Just met some new friends right where the bird was. Alright, that was kind of cool to meet up with some guys, and all of a sudden the bird was right there. So they got an introduction to the bird. Bird was a little feisty. I don't think they were impressed with that. That was funny though. So I'm about to wrap it up here. I got to try to ski on some different conditions. Oh, come on, turn. I was kind of getting used to the creeping through the trees. I did fall over once because I couldn't quite get it turned quick enough. So still crusty on these sides, but the sun hasn't hit directly yet. I'm gonna get over here and see if it's softened up. Take some of this trash off the mountain. It's actually not trash at all. It's a nice sled. Whoa. Almost lost it there. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Most likely not. Alright, positive first ride. So one thing I'm really digging about this kit too, the ski, is the other skis have you know, all these ridges and pockets in them, and the problem with that is they just collect snow and it sits in there the whole ride. It gets knocked out, comes filling back in again, and then at the end of the ride, your snow, if it melts, you know, it sits in there and then it freezes up again. So I had started having to just like shop vac everything out after the trip. But this, look at this design. It's nice. I mean, it could look better. There's a bunch of twigs and stuff. I've been going through the trees, but anyway, the smoothness, it's going to definitely like just shed off the stuff, and then nothing's gonna stick to it. It'll be easy getting the ice and snow off of it at the end of the trip. Very, very positive design. Yeti wheel kit fits really good on it. These are a nice wheel kit for sure. It's easy driving the bike around up onto the ramp. Anyway, a really good positive first trip.